Hello, and welcome to Yeast Memories of Celceta. Let's continue our explorations of the town of Kasnan. There's an interesting man looking at a stall next to the item shop. Adol strikes up a conversation with him, and as sometimes happens, the red hair is mentioned. I'm already becoming famous in the town, Adol thinks to himself. And then he wonders why he had such a thought, because, well, doesn't seem like he should remember something like that, but I guess he does. A woman in the back alley catches his attention. Considering her appearance, it's a little strange that she's here. Adol ignores her advances, however. It's not something that interests him. The prettiest lady in town, an information dealer, catches his attention and wants to sell him information. Durin chimes in. Considering Durin's reluctance and that they're partners, Adol decides not to do anything. These information dealers, they seem really strange in their sense of... There's a certain level of distrust, it seems, between an information dealer and broker and the client. Noticing a stairway down, Adol takes it. It's the lower level. He notices a rather quaint place. Ah. This would be the, yes, this is the exchange materials. The trade hall that he was at before. His memory is still faulty, so he can't remember these things perfectly. Well, at least animals seem to be quite precious, but he notices something going on here. Lucier, she introduces herself, a Pickard. Such as the trials and tribulations of having a pet. He knocks on the door and lets himself inside, to a man who certainly has no qualms about his views on the Romans. And he starts talking about how Adol, who wasn't a Roman, was able to defeat monsters and the Romans did nothing. He doesn't say anything more after that. No one upstairs. So he just leaves and leaves him to his circumstances. He knocks on another house and speaks to the woman who answers the door. Ada is the mine chief's daughter. Her mother died a few years ago. but it's difficult. Adel doesn't know who Ada is yet, but maybe he'll meet her at some point. Skirting around the edges of the town, he speaks to a little girl that's currently hesitantly looking at a cat. She claims nervousness, but at the same time she's not also retreating, so perhaps she's attempting to overcome it. And at this point, when he enters another house after being invited in, he meets the Ada that was mentioned earlier, the daughter of the mine chief. She just talks about housework, though, nothing relevant at all. A little girl, Minmi, complains as she walks by about her father not being at home. Another woman invites Adel in for a brief moment to talk about her life. Sometimes they just need to let out their complaints. Eventually, though, they make their way towards the gates of the city. Yeah, those are the wrong gates. These are the ones. Mixing himself up again. Sees a girl sitting on the edge of the avenue. Well, I think we've explored the city. Let's move on. A strange voice comes out from behind them. Commander Leo. He somehow self-proclaims himself in competition with us. In competition with us.
な。バカモン!
Adel is not going to intervene at all in this spout. Adel doesn't think he's ever been in a military, per se. But he doesn't imagine himself ever having done so. And it looks like Durin's thoughts are similar. Awkward. Yep, it's time to do what we can. Crossing the bridge over a moat surrounding the walled city, they make their way to a nearby monument, it seems. Okay. The road pass seems safe enough for now. Durin, not having lost his memories, he mentions that the monsters are getting a little harder, so he's going to tell us a few combat techniques. Yes, we've done a few of those already. And of course, we have other factors. Oops. Map. Rotani. I don't like those cloud effects, so I'll probably be getting rid of them in the next video. They don't really add anything. I mean, it's a little bit ambient, but it's not... Skill finishing. So they clear their way through this area. He continues to have a lot of enthusiasm for killing rocks and collecting ores and minerals. Something that Adol is not going to waste too much time on. And then he sees him destroy a plant for materials. He is very much about getting materials. So while they're traveling around, occasionally... Oops, that's the wrong button. So breakdown. There we go. He's Rotani. It's doubtful that the Great Plains are needing of mapping, of course, because, well, they're much larger, less confusing. But nevertheless, it's a good idea to know this area well, as we'll probably be passing through here a lot. After mapping the waterfronts, they continue their way on the other side. Perhaps they can get a view from an extended position. Adol can make out some ruins in the forest there. Perhaps the great forest they will be exploring. He wonders what kind of ancient civilization or people might have lived there at one time. Certainly that seems to be evidence of human habitation. But so far he hasn't considered many of the possibilities. Further exploration. Nope, they've definitely explored all. Alright, well for now, they take a bit of a break here. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.